it is Mrs. P. I am here with my January 2nd through 8th. This is the first week check-in. So we will see how we did for the first week of January 2025. I will tell you, my plans did not go quite as I wanted, but it's okay. You know, it's life. Life does not always go as planned, and I know I've said this before, and when I lit my candle, do you see? There's like little black specks in there. I can't remember, did I get it wet? I don't know, but it's been popping out, and so now I have this like smudge, but it erases because I've erased it before. It's the soot. I've got soot on my budget. I have a habit of like wiping it. If you have noticed in my videos, I try to keep my hands still, but I'm a like, what do you call it? Like, I use my hands when I talk, so since I'm not like animated and using my hands, they have to do something, so they sweep. So anyway, I am Mrs. P. I'm here to do my week 1 of January 2025 check-in. So let's go ahead and get started. Let me zoom you in. Okay. I always want to make sure everybody can see the numbers, because I know when I watch budget videos, if I'm watching it like on the TV, then if I can't zoom it in. So if I can't see the numbers, I have to rely on my listening skills, and that's not always great. So Mr. P's income. Okay, so the first thing that happened was he did not get a full paycheck. My husband's, like, we took the last week of 2024 off for going to Washington, or he did at least. I had the days off from school, but he took those days off, and his boss forgot to approve or like submit the days. So his income does not have all of his time on it. So he was missing like 4 hours, or maybe a little bit more. I'm not sure. Anyway, it came in at $837.53. So there's problem number 1. Now, he will get that money eventually, but they have to submit it through like HR and all the things. So who knows when that will come. So that was much under what we expected. My income came in as expected, $3,277.27. This was the money my son pays for his insurance, his cell phone bill, and his renter's insurance. So that came in as expected. There was another other that came in. Let's see here. Oh, I'll put the 0 here. $100 of it came in, was a side job that my husband did. It was actually a deposit. My husband his side hustle is being a DJ for weddings and dances and things like that. So he got a deposit of $100 for a wedding that he's going to do the 1st of February, I think. And then we also had to pull in $300 from our emergency fund. And I will get into that. If you watched, which video was it? One of my videos, my challenge videos, I talked about it as our eye appointments were way more than we had budgeted for. Okay, so this is $400. And so our total income was $4,814.80. Okay, so then we move down to our bills. Look, there's some more of that. I'm just going to try to ignore it. All right, so our mortgage was $1,140. Farm Bureau came out for $165.49. Progressive came out for $205.04. Assurant came out for $14.92. Google came out for $2.99. And Microsoft came out for $21.39. Okay, so then there were some bills there was one that I forgot, which was Life 360, and I don't know how I forgot it. It was on my budget overview. I just forgot to write it in. I did not budget for it, but that was $855. Liability insurance. So the place, liability T. Sorry, I struggle with spelling like as I write. Liability insurance. So the place where my husband is doing the wedding, the venue, requires liability insurance. So he got that. And so basically the deposit was to cover that expense, which that was $65. And then he also had to purchase this DJ program. He didn't have to probably, but he is like a perfectionist when it comes to music. So he purchased something called Tidal, and that was $21.39. Okay, and that is all. So we had those 3 unexpected expenses. These basically were covered from the $100 that he brought in. The Live 360 was just my mistake. All right, so our total bills and expenses came out to be $1,644.77, leaving us with $3,100. Nope, I've already messed up. $3,170. $70.03. Okay, so I've got stuff in the way. All right, so then we go down to our savings and sinking funds. I did take out $190 for sinking funds and $475 for savings, so that was $665, leaving us with $2,505.03. Somebody was telling me that with their budget, or maybe somebody they watch, they put the rollover amount in this category for savings and sinking funds, which makes more sense than putting it in debt. But I always put it over here because that's the last section that I work on. So I may switch these 2 sections so that I can put rollover in with the sinking funds and savings, because that does make more sense than putting it with the debt. All right, so next we go to our cash envelopes. These are our variable expenses. We had $2,505 left over, and I took out $150 for groceries, $20 for pets, $20 for household, $25 for Mr. P, $60 for me, $15 for Miss P. Eating out. So we had not budgeted anything. I was going to do a no spend January, but it wasn't even peer pressure, guys. Me and my husband had eye appointments on Friday. That was January 3rd. Well, my middle son, he lives about an hour and a half from home, but he still goes to his dentist that he's gone to his whole life, and he had a cleaning that he had, and he called me Thursday night before the appointment and said, "Hey, Mom, since I'm going to be in town and y'all are both off work, why don't we go out for lunch?" Guys, I never get to do this with him. Pretty much, even though he is not as far away as my other son, we really only see him every few months, if that, because he works, we work, and we're also busy. So when he said, let's go for lunch, guys, I could not say no. I couldn't. It was just you know what, I'm going to take this opportunity, spend some time with him. And I couldn't have him come to the house. We live way out of the way. Our eye appointments was in Georgia. So it wasn't feasible to hang out at home for free. So I caved in, and yes, we went to lunch, and I paid for it because that's what moms do. So that was $48.64. I will never give up an opportunity to spend time with my kids. So that's just me. All right, so gas, we took out $70, and then unbudgeted our eye appointments. So last year, I did not budget enough for our glasses and appointments and things like that. So this year, I saved up what I spent last year, which was $700, and that was for glasses for me and my husband and all the things that go along with the yearly exam. And we have his vision insurance under his employment, and it's really good insurance. So I saved $700. I had it in my high yield savings account. It was in my bucket so that I knew that, I could buy the glasses that I needed, and my husband. So we got to the appointment. We went through everything. My husband, they have noticed that he has a lot of pressure in his left eye. So I think there's a concern there that he may be, I don't know if you develop it or if it's something you've had all along, but I guess glaucoma is something that they suspect, and which I know that is a very serious condition. His grandmother actually had it wasn't glaucoma, but it was some kind of a degenerative eye disease, and she lost her vision eventually, and so that is a huge concern for me. And so they want to do some more tests, and they want to see him more often. So they did extra tests in the office, and that was extra money. Plus, our glasses have gone up so much. I don't know if it's our insurance that's not covering as much, or if it's just the price of like frames and lenses are so much more expensive. But we left there almost $1,100. So that was $400 more than we were expecting. Some of that I cash flowed, but I did pull in $300 from the savings account, which we've been building back up from our washing machine repair. So here we are again. So unbudgeted was $340. And that's what was left after I had pulled what I had saved in the savings account. So this section is $748.64, leaving us with $1,756.39. I feel like this is not correct, but maybe it is. Okay. I don't know why I second guess myself when I'm looking at these numbers. All right. Well, I do make mistakes. You guys catch them all the time. All right. So down here in our debt section, we paid the truck payment. We paid Wells Fargo. We paid Ortho. And I did spend that extra $75 to our Wells Fargo card. I want to try to stay on track with the debt payoff, but I may have to adjust it just with like looming medical expenses. So that left us with a rollover of $1,048.39, which shows right here that we are off track quite a bit. Let me just see what a difference we are. I would like to be able to make up that, because the way I do my budget, I plan for like every penny. And so when we do have extra spending, that does make a difference in our budget and our debt like plans. So we are $243 off. So hopefully something extra will come in to make up that difference. So the debt section is $1,756.39, leaving us with zero rollover, or a zero-based budget. This is the rollover. So this is what you will see on our budget with me. I have not actually planned that yet. Usually I do that one first before this one, but everything had cleared the bank, so I wanted to go ahead and film early. And that also keeps me like from spending extra money, because if I've already closed out our budget, I'm like, I can't spend money because I've already closed the budget out. So that also keeps me accountable. So let me move on. My last thing I want to do is our weekly check-in. I didn't do this for the last part of December because I was just so like scattered with all of like the spending, and like it was just too much. It was overwhelming. And so I decided, you know what, I'm not going to pressure myself too much and do that. So here I am. I'm going to do it and start with January. I really want to do this for the full year. That way I can see how much we spent on all of these categories. So anyway, let's go ahead and start. This is for January 2025. And we have all of these expenses. So I've got groceries. We got groceries at 2 different stores. And this was on the, let's see here, first, second, third. This was on the 3rd. I went while my daughter was at basketball. That's what it was. All right, so on the 3rd, I went to Walmart and got $112.89 worth of stuff. And then I also went to our grocery outlet, and that's the discount store, and spent $44.04. They had some pretty good deals. I really had to resist buying too much there. But so if you add this up, we did go over. So I budget $150 each week, and I told you we were kind of trying to eat healthier, so I bought a lot of fresh produce. And so our total of groceries was $156.93. But I pulled $10 from the Sam's envelope to cover the difference. And the Sam's envelope is full of leftover grocery money, so it doesn't make me feel too guilty about spending that extra money. But if this is going to be like a weekly thing, we may have to revisit what we budget for groceries. So I'm just going to kind of see how we do for the next couple of weeks. All right, so pets, I kind of splurged on the pets at Walmart. I bought a new cat treat or toy and new dog toy, and then some treats and stuff. So I spent $29.01. Then household, I spent at Walmart on like mouthwash, stuff like that. I spent $13.43. Eating out, which was not budgeted, but we did it anyway. And we went to this amazing restaurant, and that is where I already have a plan for our next date night. It's going to be at this place because it was so good. It was like a bar and grill, I guess. I can't even remember the name of it. I'm just going to put bar and grill. But they have like a happy hour on the weekends, and so I was like, me and my husband have to go back. So that whenever I fill up our date night envelope doing our challenges, that's where we're gonna go. So it was where is that at? $48.64. All right, then gas, I got gas just one time on the 3rd, and that was at Walmart because I have the Walmart Plus, and I saved 10 cents, and I spent $40. And then unbudgeted was our glasses and medical, and that was $340. It was actually more than that, but that was what we didn't budget for. So knowing now that glasses tend to go up, I zoomed out way too much. Glasses tend to go up every year. My plan is to take care of the glasses. I do take care of my glasses. Now my lens, they do need to be replaced because my vision has changed. But I could have, had I known it was going to be so expensive, just gotten new lenses and not frames. So that is my plan for next year, is to just get new lenses. And so I was pretty careful with the kind of glasses I picked out, that I would be happy with them for a while. So anyway, but I definitely checked the prices on all of the glasses and made sure that they were, not the super high dollar ones, because there are some pricey frames out there. All right, friends, that is all for my budget check-in. Thankfully, this video has not gone on for an hour like my last few videos. My goodness, editing those, before I ever started YouTube, I did not ever consider the time that creators on YouTube put into making their videos for us to watch. I don't know why. I just thought they recorded themselves and just uploaded it. But there is a lot, especially when I do like the games and stuff, because I like to like speed you through certain parts because it's kind of boring to watch me scratchers. I try to zoom in on some parts and like change the volume so that you're not like, I have a sensitivity to certain noises, so I try to be conscientious of other people and their noise, like, I can't even think of the word, like how they can handle the noises. So anyway, there's a lot of work to editing videos. So I now have a huge appreciation for people who do like cooking videos and things like that, where there's multiple like angles and shots and constant like moving the camera. I can't even imagine. I used to think eventually I would like to do like cook with me videos because I love to be in the kitchen, and I am not a fancy kitchen cooker, so I thought people could probably relate to how I am in the kitchen. I don't have all the gadgets. I make things work for my needs. But anyway, I don't know if I can handle all of the like editing that goes into that because I'm just limited on time. So anyway, I have kept you long enough, and if you've made it this far, thank you. And if you have not subscribed, I don't say this ever, but if you've not subscribed, consider subscribing to my channel. I'm very close to 2,700 or 2,800 subscribers. I think it's 2,700. And I just love seeing my channel grow, and I hope you guys enjoy the content. I do try to make it not so boring, but I am who I am, and I just post, you know, real life from our house. So anyway, thank you guys for supporting me, and I will see you in my next video. Bye, friends.